Hello. How's it going, Mr. King? It's going pretty good. About to grab some water, cause who knows what's gonna happen.
Indeed, who knows what's going to happen, especially when my mic was muted to the audience there. But they got to hear my guest. Yeah, they got to hear your very lovely dulcet tone. It is Sharky that's hanging out with the king tonight. Gonna hang out to do this mega match special. Sharky's gonna go get hydrated because we don't know what's gonna happen. Indeed, this is probably gonna be one of the craziest things you might see. These guys can go on forever, practically. Shark, man, amazing that we are living in this time, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, these three only people to have crashed the game, and I believe there's a talk about they all have access to Hydrant's ROM for the gym crash, or the patch for the gym crash. So it is actually possible we could see all three of them crash the game, or even, I mean, it's not out there. It's not something impossible.
No, definitely, yeah, definitely not impossible. But well, I mean, they've proven that the impossible is possible. As Vandy likes to say, I don't find it, was it incredible or not credible, right? Some whatever.
I find it's like, oh, I believe it's completely credible. whenever
Right.
someone says incredible.
Exactly. Right. Thank you. You know, his Vandyisms all over the place. So I'm sure we'll probably be speaking of a few of those tonight. But man, this is very exciting, Sharky. First time 3 players achievement, the first 3 to ever crash the game of classic NES Tetris. Shark, did you even imagine that this would be such worldwide news, that this would happen?
I think your mic disconnected from Discord.
How about now? Can you hear me, Shark? Let me fix the voice.
No, I cannot. I can only hear you through the stream.
Test. How about now, Shark?
Nope.
All right, let me exit out of Discord. Hello.
Now I can hear you.
All right.
There we go.
Discord be bugging, Shark. Discord be bugging, man.
Yeah, everything was fine until they wanted to make that UI change like last month or so.
I know. I heard you were not very happy with that. So, but hopefully we're gonna be
accidentally called like 7 people because they just moved the button. I'm like, no, I didn't mean to call you.
Well, Stanislaw could hear me now too, so I don't think the issue wasn't the OBS, it was in Discord. So now Shark, you can hear me, and we're gonna have a great night, man. This is gonna be really exciting, and we're just a few short moments away from having this absolutely mega match happening. You can see it right there. 3 outstanding young players: the world champion of Classic Tetris, Fractal on the left, Pixel Landy. They're multi-time champion in many different tournaments and leagues and so on. Finalists of CTWCs, top 8, semifinal, everything, whatever. This guy's done it all practically, except win the big one, right? So truly outstanding there. And then you got the Blue Scooty, which anyone know about him? I don't know.
Yeah, just only the first person to crash the game. No big deal.
No big deal at all.
Truly phenomenal.
Yeah, they're all phenomenal. I can't wait to see all of them in action. We're gonna get this started shortly, and what I had mentioned, Sharky, right before the audio had cut out, I was talking about, in the wildest dreams, could you imagine that not only were we going to get 1 game cache, but here we are with 3 individuals, and they did it within like less than a week's time span.
I think the latter 2 is what kind of surprised, just how fast it was. But I thought it was like, it'll be 1 game crash per month kind of ordeal. Then no, it was just, now we have 3 players here that have all crashed the game, and there's still a couple more that are gunning for it as well.
Yeah, I think among the others that are looking, a lot of people have high hopes on Gerald. I think Gerald was pretty close. Alex T, of course, perennial that could do it. I think really the thing that people are going to look towards is that which of the international players could get there first, and you talk about players like SV and Sidnev surely could have that ability to maybe do such a feat, but at this point, Sharky, anybody that's going to get it, they may not get the same worldwide recognition as the person that did it first, but I think overall it's still like one of the last greatest achievements you can do in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely, you'll join we have like different kind of levels of clubs. First we had the max out club, then eventually all those that in between, and then we had like the rollover club. Now we got people with colors club, and now the game crash club, which game crash being the most exclusive club.
Oh, it really is indeed. And we're going to talk about a matcherino. There is a matcherino for tonight's event. We wanted to give something back to the players for giving their time and hard work for this event tonight and showcase their talent. So we have a matcherino out there. You can do that in the chat. Command is right there. Thanks to Pumpy Heart setting that up for us. It's matcherino.com/T/MegaMatch2024. There are coupon codes available, so please indulge in those. They won't last long, so you got to get them right away. If you want to just throw in the money real quick and like, oh, I don't have any spare change to give. Well, the coupon codes allow you to do such things. So go ahead, do it. Contribute, and we can see contributions already coming in. Codes are getting claimed. There's 42 codes still out there. All you gotta do is just go to Matcherino, you sign in, you log in, or create an account or whatever, link it to a Twitch, YouTube, whatever platform you're on tonight watching this, and let's go. We got contributor already, $25.25 from the Fish Footman, Sharky. How about that? Wow.
Definitely swimming in some cash there.
Indeed, yeah. And then we also got direct contribution from Colin, $20 coming in. Of course, he does a great job there. Tetris Online. Poland gave a contribution just now as well, too. I think it was about $12 and change. So thank you so much. Contributions already flying. Already at $61, and we haven't even started anything yet. We haven't even started a damn thing. So thank you so much for all of you being contributed to this. And just waiting on our friend Pixel Andy to come on down. Once Andy is live, then we will get the festivities going. So Fractal and Scooty, warm up as long as you need. And then we'll get the show going, Shark.
Yeah, this is a great time to get some water, since Andy wants to be late.
Right. So go ahead, everybody get your water, get the popcorn. Go use the restroom now, because we're going to be here for quite some time. We're going to be here a while. So go do what you need to do, and as soon as Andy gets here, we'll get the show started. BRB. All right, so it looks like everybody is here, and that means we should be getting started. So players can get your warm-ups going. Final warm-ups in place, and then we will get this one kind of going. Well, let's do the introduction as we should do properly. Welcome everyone, it is the King of the Restreams hosting tonight a very special edition of the Friday Night Fights on the Classic Tetris channels all over many different platforms, whether you're watching here on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Facebook, Instagram maybe? Who knows? TikTok, Twitter, I don't know. We're all over the place because we're worldwide. We've become the new Mr. Worldwide. You got a Mega Match special with these three outstanding individuals. They are the Game Crashers. They will forever be known in that truly outstanding way. On the left there, it is our 2023 World Champion, Fractal. In the middle is perennial superstar, multi-time CTM and CTL champion, finalist of the 2020 World Championships, and semi-finalist twice over as well. It is Pixelandy, and most notably, the young man on the right that has exploded the world of Classic Tetris into the mainstream media, the Blue Scooty, young mega superstar ready to take the world by storm. All three of them are going to play tonight in a special triple threat match. Who knows what kind of craziness you might see tonight? And it's so crazy that I can't be here alone. I had to bring in one of the most popular Classic Tetris players and commentators in the world today. It's Sharky was hanging out here. He went to go hydrate. Might be back. Sharky, you come back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hell yeah, let's go. Shark is back. Sharky, man. Exciting night tonight that we're going to get. These three superstars all going to put on the show for us to see. And including that, why not? We got a match arena for them. So again, please make sure you shout them out. Get the codes used up. Give whatever funds you can to contribute. Head on over to matcharena.com/T/Megamatch2024. That'll take you right over there. We'll have that up on the screen. I'm sure it'll be in the chats all day today. Sharky, man, a match like this, not really seen too often or ever before. What do you expect tonight?
Honestly, because we said that there is going to be a no limit, I think one or two of them might be playing with the crash ROM or crash patch on. I think we're going to see one game crash at least. I think that's what we're going to see because, you know, it's not capped. They don't have to worry about it going to the super kill screen, so to speak. So I think one crash is definitely within the cards, especially from the likes of all three of these players that have managed to get it done very recently.
And certainly we may see it tonight. We got the reins off. We're not strapping them, man. It is no line cap. Let them go all night long if they have to. So folks, get ready to go. We start this show in just a moment, but as we do on Friday Night Fights and friendlies all around, here's a little something to whet your appetite. Let's go!
Please crash.
This is gonna be so difficult, I'm not gonna lie.
Chin up. Next box. Eyes wide open.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And with that historic moment achieved, the world of Classic Tetris was changed forever. Media outlets all over the world took to this like a storm, and the team that toppled Tetris became a superstar. The Blue Scooty, known all around the world for the great achievement of breaking the game, now finds himself in a spotlight thanks to his courageous moment, now daring others to try to beat his feet.
3. Six, 7, 8, 9.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Yes, bro, yes! Oh my gosh. You don't understand how hard that was.
You guys want to pop off? Let's go! I think that probably peaked the microphone.
All right. Here we go, baby. It is time for a special edition of the Friday Night Fights on a Tuesday night, as you're all watching on the Classic Tetris network of channels, hosted by me, the founder of the Friday Night Fights, the king of the restreams, the Kingsman. And I'm here tonight hosting this along with one of the best commentators and definitely one of the best dancers in the world, here to give us the insight and the stories behind these players. It's Sharky, man. What a night we were in store for tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. I like the little teaser that we got there. Just really got to see what all these players have to go through. I know in particular, Fractal, that dig, I got a chance to watch it live. That dig was truly one of the most profound digs that anyone has ever seen on post 29 levels. And then Andy, you know, we know that he plays on a Retron, so a darker console. Getting out of charcoal was huge. And then from that point on, it was just him maintaining that endurance and that focus to get the crash. All of these players have their own unique stories that come down to getting their own individual crash. And I think that that's really cool. How, like, not every crash was the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, they all had their own unique way of doing it. Obviously, Scooty, the one that missed the first chance to get the game crash, had to go a few extra levels to get it. But Fractal and Andy had their own way of getting to that precise moment, and it left you with chills and just euphoria once they got there. So it was a nice little tidbit to see all of that, and tremendous. So there you go. Once again, these are your players. On the left, it is the 2023 World Champion of Classic Tetris, Fractal. You can follow him at Fractal161. Probably already do, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind having many more come join and watch him, the Fractal Nation there. On the upper right there, who's not in frame yet because he's walking around. He's kind of just icing the peoples. He knows how to do it. He's one of the most cerebral players out there as far as games with shit is concerned. It is Pixel Andy. You can follow him there. It's P1 Exel Andy. And then on the bottom left is the mega superstar who will join us in a little bit, just checking on internet settings, getting that restarted. It is the Blue Scooty, of course, the first original game crasher. So we are excited to have all three here tonight. I thank them all for giving us their time to play in this special triple threat match. And as you can see on the right-hand bottom right of the screen, you can contribute to a Matcherino, as Van Dweller was very nice to put in the chat here of the Twitch, that Matcherino is a crowdfunded place that you can go and help to support our players tonight. They will be receiving a portion of the Matcherino, so currently at $63.30. There are coupon codes out there that you can use. So when you go to that link that you see on the screen, matcherino.com/t/megamatch2024, it'll take you right to the Matcherino page for this event. and you can either do a direct contribution to players so that they can split the funds. There is a percentage out there as far as how that's going to go. And then you could also use the codes to help fund them as well, with basically no money out of your own pocket. So it's a very simple process. There are also sponsor quests that can be done. It's a whole host of things. So if you go on over there while we wait for the match to get started, go ahead. Help contribute, because Sharky, as you know, the World Championships are moving up in time. We're going to be in June now, and a new location in Pasadena, California. So, for some people, that may not be an easy trip to get to. So a little bit of extra cash to see some of these top players be there live. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. It's 5 months away. It's officially under 5 months away now. And these players, by you guys contributing to the match arena, that not only helps them get there, but also helps their parents as well. Because Fractal said in his speech this year when he won, he gave a shout out to the parents, which, I can resonate with that. If it wasn't for my dad allowing me to go to Portland in 2019, I can't say I would have been the same player and commentator that I am today. So definitely not only helps out the players, but also helps their parents make it out there too.
Agreed. Yeah, no, absolutely. And you're talking about individuals that may not have the ability to go on their own, so they need that parental supervision, and certainly they would need to have assistance in doing that. So we'd love to make sure all of them can make it out. So if you're new to the Classic Tetris scene and not familiar how a 3-player match works, maybe you've been watching online, you see the World Championships, we have the 1v1s, and we do have a 4-way scene, but they're not playing against each other per se in that regard. They still head-to-head versus a common opponent, but we can take a look at the rules of how triple threats go in the world of Tetris friendlies, Friday night fights, and all that. So let's go on over and take a quick look at our triple threat rules. Very simple. It is a 3-way match. All 3 players will play at the same time against each other. Player with the highest score after each game receives 2 points. Second place will receive 1 point for their effort, and third place will receive no points. So after game 1, 2, 1, and 0, followed like that, and then it'll continue to go up based on who wins each following game after that. The player that reaches 7 points first will win the match. So we're looking at a minimum of 4 games that we'll play. And knowing these players, Sharky, 4 games might be like 4 hours. We'll see. Let's see how that goes. But it'll be first to 7 points will win. So it's a minimum of 4, and the max will be 7. Because if there is a tie, Shark, sudden death match for the final 2 players, because it is mathematically possible that 2 players can get to 7 first. And that is always exciting.
Yeah, especially with how it's 3 players. Even if one player is completely out of the running mathematically, there's still a chance that a spoiler can be played by that player, and then we have a situation where now it could potentially end up in a tie. So definitely something that should always be considered, that even if you might not have a high chance of winning it, you can still mess things up for the other player.
Oh, well, certainly. Yeah, you can definitely mess things up. And we got some good stuff going on. Earlier on, Strangerella in the chats had mentioned that this is a matchup of CTWC World Champion versus the most recent CTM Masters Champion. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched that on YouTube yet. Blue Scooty. And of course the CTL Champion himself. Another spoiler alert for YouTubers out there unless you watch it live. Pixel Andy, the latest winner of Season 23. So we're in great company tonight here, Shark.
Yeah, all champions in their own right, and all recent too. Within, of course, Scooty and Andy getting their championships won over the last month, and then Fractal, winning his back in October of 2023. So it's definitely shaping up to be the potential to be a very exciting match.
Indeed, anything can happen here. So I'm very excited to see what'll happen. So Scooty just having a little technical issue, no problem there. He's working on it. So we'll give him time. That gives more time for Fractal and Andy maybe to get warm-ups and so on. So we'll see how that goes. We ain't going anywhere, Shark. We're going to be here tonight, baby. I want to see all the hot Tetris action. They're worth the wait, without question. And it looks like we got Scooty back online, too. So that's good to see.
Yeah, there we go. We got 2 of our players on camera. Andy probably, walking around, getting his mind right.
Indeed, of course. So players, get yourself set up. We will begin this match shortly. And lastly, here, as they get their last licks in, Sharky, let's take a look at some facts here from our players. So you can see right there, all three of them have tremendous accolades in the world of Classic Tetris. You can see here, Fractal161, that's his Twitch handle if you'd like to go follow him there. PB is a 6.787 million score in the world of Classic Tetris. He is a Masters champion. He is the current 2023 World Champion. He's also a Mega Masters champion. Add that onto the resume. He is the second player ever to hit the crash of the game. And he also likes penguins there, Sharky. That's a good animal.
Yeah, it's a solid animal. I'd say so myself. And then, our next player, we also have Pixel Andy, 6.4 million PB, also a Masters champion, a 2020 CTWC finalist, and in subsequent years has made at least top 8 every single year. And then he was the third player to hit crash, and he likes to trash talk. And it kind of reminds me of a couple of the players. One that comes to mind is Sodium. He definitely likes to talk trash, especially to Miles. But that's, a trait that a lot of people like in Andy, especially whenever they get into these heated matches.
Oh, indeed. Andy is, without question, I call him savage, because in CTL, this man absolutely just, goes to town. He just tries to talk about everybody, especially Gerald Freeman. There's no love lost there. So, I would love to see that matchup if Gerald gets the game crash next, then maybe they can go at it one-on-one. That'd be great. And then last but certainly not least, you got the Blue Scooty there on the right. Boasts a PB of 6.85 million. Yes, that is the current world record set by him. He has the highest PB in all the land. Is the most recent Masters champion, as I had mentioned before. Is a 2023 CTWC third place finish. So he made it all the way to the semis, losing out to Sidnev in an epic 4-game matchup. And most notably, well, I think around the world, he is the first to hit the game crash and explode. Classic Tetris is the mainstream right now. And fun fact, he likes to bowl. Who doesn't, Shark?
Yeah, I remember Waco last year, which we're going to see 2 of these players actually in Waco. But Waco last year, he would bowl with 2 hands, and it definitely would kick my butt at bowling. I'm decent, not as good as he is.
And looks like we got people just about getting ready to go here. I do want to give some acknowledgments of the Matcherino, because we've now been bumped up to $130 into the prize pool. So let's give some shout outs here. Brian_Klein, well done, $50.25 added to the prize pool. So thank you so much for doing that, whether you're on one of our platforms here, Twitch or YouTube, Kick, I don't know. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. We are very excited for you to hang out there. And oh man, why would I be remiss? $15.11 from our partner in crime, Sharky, Christopher Bidwell. Thank you, players, for the most historical week in Classic Tetris history. Oh, what a sweet man he is.
Yeah, I think historical is a strong word to say, and almost not strong enough, because this past week has been truly tremendous.
That has been quite insane.
Definitely seeing Scal post some articles, actually we had a whole entire channel in CTM dedicated to just Blue Scooty press reports. And you just see so many articles in so many different languages. To really quantify how big this has gotten, it's really hard to picture it.
Oh, it really is, yeah. No, I mean, nothing beyond our wildest dreams we would ever imagine this to ever occur. And one final shout out before we get started. Celeratus, $10 direct contribution. Thank you so much. Adding to the prize pool, getting us up to $140.91. For those that are interested, the payouts will work like this. Winner will get 40% of the prize tonight. Runner-up will get 35%, and the person who also crashed the game, which will be the third place player, will get 25%. So continue to get those contributions in. Love to see a good portion of that, so these guys can get that hard-earned dollar for their great efforts and achievements here in the world of Classic Tetris. So, players, if we are ready to go, we did discuss slightly, I don't know if they were in agreement, but we could go with the same P sequences, as they have championship cards that allow them to work on that. And you mentioned, Shark, they have the ability to uncap the score and potentially, if things work out, maybe crash a game here or two. That'd be wonderful to see. So, players, if we want to do that.
Fractal's asking for SPS.
Then we will do that, yes. The champion, the world champion, is asking for it. And honestly, both other players are big fans of that as well. So we will do that. And actually, probably you should set up something here.
All right, looks like they all agree to SPS. Do you want me to roll, or would you rather roll?
You could go ahead and roll, Sharky. That'd be nice. And then maybe I'll put something on the screen to indicate the seeds here. I'm sure that might get lost to players. With chat is booming here. We got a lot of people watching, so that's really outstanding. And a bunch of contributions coming in again here, Sharky. I'll read them in a little bit.
Yeah, the seed is E5FF81.
Thank you, whoever pinned that. That's very nice. And Vandor is asking, can you crash on SPS? Fractal says you potentially can. He said you potentially can. With uncap and all that stuff, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's how we're going. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Blue Scooty, they're saying, I'm scared of Sharky making a seed. It's all right. We're on Kingsman show. We're not on Gauntlet.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
you should be fine.
You will be fine. Yeah.
But if something goes wrong, blame Colin.
Oh, clearly, yes. Colin is to blame for everything. All right, we have a flashing ready from the Scooty. That means he's ready to go. We got Fractal, the world champion, is ready to go. We're just waiting on a ready from young Pixel Andy, and then we can get this one going. Sharky, when they're ready, I'll give you the honors, if you don't mind, to count them down with the bot and then with your illustrious voice that people know.
All right. Here's that they're ready. So let's go ahead and get them counted down. First game of this triple threat. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, that was pretty close.
You did very well. Well, I mean, you're a consummate pro, so this is not shocking.
Yeah,
but here we go.
say,
We're underway.
Yeah, you can see all players getting the same pieces and all different stacks. Fractal actually the first to knock down a Tetris too. Of course, these are pros here. You could definitely expect to see very efficient play here on level 18.
Absolutely. So this will give me actually a perfect time because there's a lot of contributions flowing in right now, Sharky's, a lot. So quickly we'll get the names out there. Chelsea with a $10 direct contribution. Appreciate that. Skater Dade 1, thank you so much for that contribution as well. Skater Dade 100, excuse me, because it gets cut off on the Matcherinos here. Skater Dade 100 with the $50 direct contribution along with the 25-cent coupon redeemed. And Martin Callan, $10 direct contribution. Hope everyone respects players' privacy despite their famous deeds. That is very well said. So, Shark, we're just getting game number 1 started, and it's already $286 in this match arena. So I'm very, very happy to see that, and I'm sure players will do their best to entertain the crowd this evening.
Yeah, especially since, it's no cap. That means players are going to be allowed to line out. We can even see, some Tetrises being scored from both players, or all 3 players, pardon me, as well. So definitely going to be interesting, and especially if we do get to colors, how these players are going to have to manage those unique colors. And Scooty, ooh, a little tricky up there. Was able to bring the stack down just fine, though.
Yeah, that's the one thing that maybe people are not aware of is the aggression that Blue Scooty will have. So there will be times where if you haven't seen a full Blue Scooty game, because again, with his notoriety in the mainstream media, and they see that his achievement is done, he is also very well known as a truly aggressive player when it comes to the stacking and just going for Tetrises. But it's a controlled aggression, when you say, Shark.
Yes, I would say. Apparently I'm clipping. Let me see if I can fix that.
Yeah, I have you on a lower setting here in the OBS, so because you sound fine on my end, actually. And Vandy was very kind to let me know. Fish Footman, another $19 contribution to the match run. I think we just had a big bump up too, so let me go take a look at that. Game Scout, $25 direct contribution. Thank you so much. especially for all what you do here in the Classic Tetris scene. I have Delia Longroth. Delia _ Longroth. Thank you so much for your contribution as well. $11, I believe that was.
Okay, I think we're good.
Excellent. Jeff Mack, 2012, $16 direct contribution to the Match Reno.
Ooh, Fractal.
Ooh, Fractal. And that's a top
This is gonna
out.
be a top out.
Oof. It's a little shocking there. Maybe first game jitters here, Shark, right? Maybe a little first game jitters. I mean, this doesn't really look like one of the best seeds either. Andy has the best board out of them all with 378 score. And, I mean, Scooty's been kind of playing around a little bit with his build. So maybe not the best of seeds either.
Yeah, you can definitely see whenever Scooty heard that Fractal had topped out, there was just a moment of shock because all these players know that they're capable of crashing the game. But early top outs do happen. It might be rare for these players, but it is possible. But that means that out of Pixel Andy and Blue Scooty, at least 1 point is guaranteed to either one of them.
So both have a point on the board. We'll get that updated at the end of the game. Question will be who will take the extra point and get the advantage early on. So shocking top out for Fractal. That'll give him time to maybe warm up a little bit more if necessary. Give him a little bit more time to control the nerves, if there are any. 501
Are
already
closing
for
in.
Andy. Excuse me, sir. Yeah,
We're
501
closing
for
in
Andy.
on the transition.
Yeah, the best part of the game, right? Everybody loves the transition.
You get to see all the colors every 10 lines. Indicates when you go to the next level.
So before we get to that point, I'm just going to really quickly, more contributions here. We got $15 from YouTube Dave. Hi, YouTube Dave. We know who that is. Mr. Giant, just check that name, Giant Hamster with a $15 contribution as well. Contributions are flooding in, Shark. I'm trying to keep up with them. I see Anna D redeemed the coupon code. Good to see you, my dear. We got 5 coupon codes remaining, so if you don't want to do a direct contribution, you can do the coupon code. Only 5 left before this one is done. And Sharky's going to take us into transition. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, 508 transition for Blue Scooty, 617 for Andy. He's going to have to do a little bit of burning, but going to be fine. Almost a 100,000 point lead over Scooty. And Scooty not actually in a position to score either. So a couple misdrops for Andy. Definitely, you know, first game jitters is possible. I mean, this is the biggest match of the year, so it's understandable.
It is early on in the year, so, just so people know there's still plenty more exciting Tetris that's going to happen this year. Trust me on that, man. But yeah, no, this is exciting to kick it off. This is like the really official kickoff to the new year of Classic Tetris.
Yeah, Scooty right here going with the center wheel, knocks one down. Andy potentially could try and develop one as well, but now has multiple long bar dependencies on the stack. Gets one filled in, fills in the second, and just looking for that J piece. Right, there it is. The right side is open, now can get set up for a Tetris. Blue Scooty has closed the gap by almost 50,000 points. And oh, tricky situation for Scooty though. Should be able to navigate through this. Needs to burn one more line. Eyepiece would be perfect. It's waiting patiently. And there it is. Tetris for Scooty. 661 and now 701. And Andy going to be running into that same spot soon. But King, this has just been a really tough post-transition for both players. And it finally feels like they've gotten things under control.
Absolutely. Very exciting stuff as we are getting set to reach 29 play where the speed will increase. And that's where the fun will begin. And they can go on all night. Not playing with any tournament rule of the double kill screen. We are playing with the OG way of how it's supposed to be played with just one final speed. And they can go on as long as they can. That's why they're the game crashers. So I'm excited to see where they're going to take us in this one. 851 out of Tetris to go to 882 on Pixel Andy's side on the top right. Bottom left, game crasher extraordinaire. 823 for the Blue Scooty. He's vibing right now, Shark. He's feeling it.
Yeah, right now, both players level 25 and a lot of Z pieces right there, really trying to put them to sleep. But they're going to make it to level 26 safely. Andy is going to run into a slowdown here. Just, wow. Look at all those Z pieces over there for Andy.
I think when Fryer, yeah, reminding those that are in the chat wondering, you know, what's the score situation, what's the first two. It is first to 7 points. Right now, Andy and Scooty will obtain 1 point as they have surpassed Fractal ages ago. Fractal will receive no points for this one. He gets 2 points for the first place, 1 point for second, and no points for third. So they are fighting for that extra point right now and the advantage going into game number 2.
Yeah, Scooty didn't get the L piece all the way over to the left, but it's going to get that resolved, and that's important because in NES Tetris, it's harder to get pieces over the left, and there it is, 29. Both players have already maxed. Andy, A10, Scooty, A19. Andy looking for one more, and wow, that left is really built out. There we go, A56 for Andy. And Andy's looks like he's going to try and set up for Tetris's early on. Or no, just going to burn down. And that's the interesting thing, because with no line cap, these players are allowed to scale and get to the point to where Tetris's could be worth upwards over 50,000 points.
Yeah, when we talk about
Especially
this level of play right now, Sharky, I mean, they're pros. They have certainly shown that they have the fortitude and the endurance to go quite a way. We'll see the aggression going on right now for Scooty. Once that lead is at BO6, Andy, a little bit of a situation, but certainly we've seen that he can get out of these.
Those left taps have been vital, and a couple more pieces will allow Andy to bring this stack down, as Scooty just holding on to a couple 1,000-point lead. Yeah, Andy's going to be safe. And oh, a little bit precarious. Wow.
What a 5-tap over to that left side from Andy. That was tremendous. Meanwhile, Scooty,
that's one of the scariest moments, is having to get a 5-tap.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know that because I would never even attempt it since I don't know how to roll. But I'm sure as a roller, that would be definitely scary. And there, you can see they're playing nice and low, Sharky, knowing that no cap, no need to worry. Usually in the tournament setting that we've seen at the World Championships recently, and of course in CTM for so many, year plus now, that this is the point where players would start getting aggressive and trying to finish it off because knowing that there's a finite amount of what they can do. But tonight's match allows us to see how long they can go and what exceptional fortitude they have.
Yeah, neither player is really trying to, be the first to take that risk to ultimately lead to a top out, as they're pretty close in score, give or take 10,000 points at any point in time. And oh, Andy looks like he's going for it. Might have been too aggressive though. Long bar needs to come right now. Oh my gosh! Gets a piece all the way over to the right, but I think that's going to be it. So for the Tetris at the wrong point. Now Scooty has a chase down here. Only needs 12,000 more points, and can definitely do it for a couple of lines.
Yeah,
that just goes to show that aggression at the wrong time can easily lead to a top out.
Oh, indeed.
And yeah, Scooty's good.
Scooty's done it. He did C44. He's already at C46. That's a 1.246 for those that need the score. Well done by the young megastar. Off to a good start. He will begin getting the points. So let's give him his due.
The heck? Did you just see that dig, King?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
This is nuts.
Wow, this is a tough board.
He's probably telling himself right now, why didn't I do this in the CTL championship?
Great game over there from Scooty.
Well done.
Just goes to show, you don't want to go too aggressive, because all it takes is just one small drought. Because even though Andy did get the long bar, the board was in a state to where it was unrecoverable.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough dig to get through, and Andy kind of threw in everything in the kitchen sink. He's like, I want to go for this. I want to show you what I can do. Let's put on a show, and it somewhat backfired a little bit. Couldn't get a few pieces left. Got the Tetris in at the end to kind of give him a little bit more of a breathing room, but in the end, Scooty catches it, and we're done there. So game number 1 will go to Scooty. He's gonna have 2 points. Andy will get 1. Fractal will sit at 0 for the moment. We're gonna get game number 2. Shark, if you don't mind. Rerolling a seed for them. We know that Andy loves a new seed, so let's get a fresh seed in for our players that can get pinned. While you do that, Sharky, I'm going to shout out all our contributors. We got plenty of more contributors. $514.69. Hey now. Claim codes have been used up, so thank you so much. That's probably the fastest I've ever seen 50 claim codes go. So thank you so much. Let's get the shout outs here to people. We got Ramix. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Ramix Master. Thank you so much. That is a $10 contribution, I believe that was. We've also got Kairo's Final Cut. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? $15. Oh, well, let me get Ramix's comment in. If Andy control his emotions, he can win. I think so, yeah. Kairo's Final Cut with the $15. Best wishes from Stu York City. What a wonderful, healthy, competitive scene. Ian Keith, $10 contribution. Good luck, have fun, everyone. He's such a sweetheart. We've got Valerie, 2776. Always a big fan on the Twitch. Love to see you. Direct contribution of $20.25. Anna D, thank you so much for your $10 direct contribution. Go Fractal! That's exactly how she would say it. Kevin Kohler, $10 direct contribution. Thanks for putting this on. Go Scooty. Yeah, you got the Scooty fans here. And last but certainly not least, we have Sugar Snap Peas with $10 contribution. Thank you so much for your $10 here. Adding to the prize pool of $514.69. Hey now.
Right now, all 3 players are ready. So shall we get them counted down?
Please do, because as we get that started, there's a few more I'd like to shout out. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
And then we get that underway. Shout outs also to Dane _Ole, $15 direct contribution, rooting on for Fractal. Arthur Vand at $25 direct contribution. Thank you so much. Toby Sheh. It's Toby _SCHE. $10 direct contribution as well. Remembering watching Jonas and Corian fighting for the point world record at 1.2. Now we are at 6.8 while crashing the game. The sky really is the limit. And, you know, that's a great point there made by Toby Sharkey, is that look at how far we've come now in that when you talk about that match with Corian and Jonas back in Hong Kong all those years ago, that they were going for world record 1.2 million at the time. And now here we are, looking for the first, 6.9 million score. It's so crazy to think about that.
It's really insane to just think about how exponentially the scene has grown in skill and has developed. Even, you could just say in the last 2 years, there's been so much change. And now, we're that one exhibition of Corian and Jonas going for the 1.2. Technically speaking, these players could be going for that 6 million, that 6.9, that 7 million. It is possible. Because, once again, there is no line cap. These players can play to their heart's content.
And Sharky, do you remember back in the day when the moderators in the Classic Tetris monthly server, speaking, Professor L, shout out to Professor L, great bot technician there, always taking care of us. You remember when people were trying to put in fake scores, right, just to play with the bot?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody tried to put a 1.3 back in the day, and the bot message would come back and says, "Yeah, right, kid."
Yeah, wow, that's a memory unlocked. And to think about now, if a player were to put 1.3, we'd be like, oh yeah, congrats. It's not like something fictitious. Now players put a 6 million score and we're like, oh yeah, completely legit.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you want to also talk the PAL version of this game, there's still 7.5 million that has been reached there, so I mean, that achievement doesn't get really as much attention as perhaps it should, and maybe we should have attention to Andy's board because he is in trouble, Shark.
Yeah, he's gonna really need a couple pieces here, a J piece, or oh my gosh, J piece makes it over. That's gonna open up the well. Would love an L piece for a triple, and things are gonna be fine. Sets up a delayed burn, and that IP is gonna help things out. And Scooty also up a little high, definitely much more manageable than Andy's board, but if the long bar doesn't come soon, could be very problematic.
Absolutely.
That L piece is gonna help.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect piece there. Fractal back in the saddle. He's at 258. He's got the lead slightly over Scooty at 253, and then Andy falling behind at 188. But consummate pros they are, we're only halfway through this level 18. So let them cook is what they say. Let them do their thing.
Yeah, and Fractal's going to want to start cooking here soon, because he's going to have to do a lot of burning right now. Looks like these are going to be just fine. A lot of nice pieces. Going to allow for efficient burns. Kind of seen that with all players. All three of them have had to deal with, various issues. And I think that's, one of the skills that needs to be recognized. Yes, the name of the game is Tetris. The ability to score Tetris is great. And the ability to, line out is also fantastic. But to survive when things aren't going your way, that's what truly separates the great players from players that we would consider good. And all these players just now, over the past, I want to say 40 lines or so, have demonstrated that ability to deal with less than ideal pieces and to get out of it in pretty efficient manners as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how sports works, right, Shark? Is that you're going to have good players know how to play the game and play well, but then you have your great players that just have the foresight to see things beyond the scope of what they're looking at that immediate moment, and that's what makes them, the greatest of all time in their generation. And as each generation moves along, you start to see, the way that they think and maneuver, and the new heights that they can take a sport, and we love to see that, especially here in Classic Tetris.
Right now, the scores, Blue Scooty has been taking his score to a height above the others. 446 for Blue Scooty, 386 for Andy, and 357 for Fractal. That dig for Fractal was a bit more costly than it was for Andy or Blue Scooty, so gonna fall a bit behind, but this is not a sprint. In this case, it is truly a marathon. One that could potentially last 30, 40 minutes, depending on these players.
Indeed. So we come here to see, we'll see if, Andy toned down that aggression in the later stages of this game. We get to 29 plus. Scooty felt good about what he was doing there. He had that totally under control, and Fractal looking to get his first transition of the day. He's going to do it with this Tetris. 451 for Fractal, 438 for Andy, 545 for the Megastar. So I guess pretty tough seed. I mean, we saw a lot of digging from Fractal and Andy in that one. Scooty, though, mastered it very well.
And both our players, Andy, now all three players are going to go onto level 20. And level changes every 10 lines, so we'll get to see this color palette. Hopefully we'll be able to see this color palette repeat quite a lot, as that would imply these players are taking the game that far. Right now, Scooty just straight up 100,000 point lead over all the players so far. Is going to run into a small slowdown. Unideal pieces. There it is. Tetris for Scooty. Going to be perfectly fine. Fractal now also up to a dig. Yeah, all players going to be fine. Really getting out of these digs a lot more efficient here on the higher speeds than we saw on level 18. I know Scooty has said once before that he doesn't like 18 because it's too slow. So kind of like how, historically Chris Tang would talk about Dog being unleashed when it gets to level 19 speeds.
Oh, yeah.
Just feels like Blue Scooty's accuracy is just heightened the faster it goes.
Now tell me, Shark, you've played at the highest of levels at the CTWC, and you've been in a number of 19 plus battles in your own right, especially that fantastic match you and Hydrant had recently. Give us kind of a thought process as a player as you're going one-on-one, and in this case one-on-one, and what you're looking to do as far as trying to get the maximum amount of points here in the 19 to 28 speeds.
Definitely, I would like to try and gauge my aggression and make sure that I'm either keeping up with my opponent, or if I have the lead, I maintain that lead over my opponent. Because, you want to try and capitalize as much as possible, especially when you start getting to later levels. You want to aim to play as perfect as you can, because past level 24, Tetrises start to become worth 30,000 points or more. And all it takes is for 3 Tetrises, and a 100,000 point lead can be quickly evaporated. It's like Scooty's going to want to try and evaporate the stack a little to be prevented from scoring, and Andy has actually taken the lead.
920 for Andy, 822 for Fractal, 869 for the Blue Scooty. We are rumbling along here. Scooty and Andy on 27. Fractal has joined them now at 8:55. So another good one here. This time all three look like they're on their way to the level 29 play. And can't really say a kill screen anymore, Shark, right? I think we're way past that point here in Classic Tetris. So it's now just level 29 at this point.
Yeah, the second transition. I think
Yes.
that's what we'll just have to start calling it.
It looks like Andy will be the first to get there. He's at A32. It's a 1.034. For you keeping score at home. Scooty has joined
Scooty's
at
gonna get there.
A15. So he's slightly ahead of Andy on the pace, considering the entrance of the transition in Fractal to A32 Shark. And there's a Tetris for Fractal. 1.069. He's on a tear. Fractal's locked in. Chin up. Next box. Eyes wide open. Let's go.
Yeah, and when you really think about it, Fractal had the better post transition out of all those players there, because he transitioned with the highest score into level 29 and just really able to kind of take the lead. So Fractal just showcasing some efficiency. Right now, all players trying to deal with their stacks. Blue Scooty has the cleanest stack, and Fractal trying to get this left dealt with. Andy, oh my gosh, getting that piece over. Looks like all players should be fine. So now they can all decide, their various approaches. Fractal getting that one Tetris is going to allow him to lead and actually set up for another. And that reminds me, back in the interview with the video that we uploaded here on the Classic Tetris channel, I mentioned in that interview with Blue Scooty on how Fractal would be attempting to go for an efficient game crash one day. And there was one stream where he was just setting up for these Tetrises like he's doing now, and was doing it with such good consistency. Just that kind of aggressive play could kind of force these players can really, play with their mental. Is like, well, heck, Fractal is now up 100,000 points. Maybe I need to set up for just, one Tetris so I don't fall too far behind.
Could be the methodology being used right now. We've got ourselves a run here. 29 plus is in effect. B66 on Andy's side, C65 for Fractal, and B42 for Scooty. So Scooty's the one behind on the score. They got a Tetris there in column 3. Man, what an electric match we got going on. And Sharky, that's the best part, man. This is something that a lot of people have been saying lately, is that they kind of miss seeing the line out happen. We've seen a lot of the 39. I don't think anybody would argue today that it's the right move to go in that direction as far as tournaments and the championship are concerned. But once in a while, seeing stuff like this is phenomenal.
Yeah, just the ability to have this kind of thing happen. And right now, Scooty, oh no, that hang is going to be fatal. I don't think there's anything Scooty can get over to the left. And Scooty's going to top out at C23. Andy has already passed the score. So now it's just down between Andy and Fractal. Scooty's going to stay at 2 points.
So if you're Fractal, you'd love to get in here, the win, because he can jump to 2, Andy, potentially get the 1, and then we'll be tied across the board exactly how I designed it.
Yeah, the script is being followed.
That's right.
Right.
These guys are good actors. Fractal E20. 1.42 there, Sharky. He is locked in and loaded.
Yeah, 200,000 point lead. Of course, level 40, so Tetrises are worth a lot, and they're going to start to be worth a lot more as they continue to progress. So all it would take is, a couple of Tetrises on, well, maybe more, because looks like Fractal's trying to get set up for another. And there's another one. Look at that, 50,000 points for a Tetris. There's the 1.5 for Fractal now. And oh, Andy, those misdrops are very concerning. The eyepiece doesn't make it over to the right. One does, but it's not going to be enough. Andy's going to top out 1 point, and all 3 players are now tied. You can't make this stuff up.
No. That's great. Take the victory lap, Fractal. You've got it. F76 is definitely an A score, really, for you. And he's got the rollover there, Sharky. 1.603. This is final score. Well done, man. Ooh, we got ourselves a game here, Shark. Let's go. 2 points to Fractal there in the upper left. We'll give 1 more point to Pixel Andy on the upper right. Scooty sits at 2. We're evened up. GG's.
What a game. And that's kind of, the thing that I was talking about, because Fractal just putting so much pressure early on. Normally, you would see these players, no line cap, okay, we have the ability to line out. But when Fractal was setting up for Tetris, it wasn't just, reckless Tetrises that Fractal was setting up. There were clean Tetrises like a Daz player would on 19. Just immaculate stacking and continuing to put on that pressure on Andy. Truly phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and get a new seed generated for them.
Yeah, please go ahead and do that because we got a lot of stuff to cover. We had, might have been some gift subs given. I'm trying to see if I can find that. But in the meantime, we got a contributions here. Greg _ Davies, $15 direct contribution. Thank you so much. Into the Matcherino. Bergen _ Grant, $10 direct contribution. Again, thank you so much. And Dane _ Ol, $16 contribution. I just want Fraction to know that Dane, pronounced Ol, is watching. Keep it up, champ. I think that's inside info there. Must be a Fractal supporter, without question. And I do want to check and see if we had anything happening here on the Twitch side. Because if you'd like to support this channel, why not give subs and so on? Because that's a great way for you to support this channel. You get a bunch of emotes, get all the fun ones that you see there that people would be throwing in the chat, including myself, man. I got my favorite, honestly, is the Bidwell one. I love this one. Not for nothing, Sharky. I love when when the Bidwell's going like that, it's going, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that all day long. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, such a funny emote there.
All right, I think we got everybody ready to go here.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get them counted down. We're all tied. Let's see who's going to be those two players that's going to break that tie. Let's go ahead and get them counted down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Apparently there's chatter going on in the chat. The word "from" is banned on Twitch. I don't even know why that is the case. That's weird. Twitch be like that sometimes, Shark. Twitch be like that. But I'm going to go hang out with my friends over on YouTube. There's a lot of them hanging out. Got over 1,000 hanging out there. 1,100 people on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Good to see you live. You're here with the king of the restreams along with everyone's favorite, Sharky, covering this great match. We're all tied up at 2 across the board. For those that are just joining, want to know how does this work? It's the first player to reach 7 points. Whoever gets to 7 will be the winner for the evening. Each game is worth 2 points to the winner. Whoever finishes in first, second place will get 1 point, and third place will receive no points at all. And we'll continue that going on until, again, first to 7 will be crowned your winner. Also, if you'd like to continue to contribute to the Match Arena, we're at $555.72. We can see that keep going up. Come on, YouTube. I know you're hanging out. You're watching along. Click that link. Well, if you can't click it, you can type it in because I have it on the screen. There's no excuse. Contribute to the Match Arena. Matcherino.com/T/Mega Match 2024, and you can go there and do direct contributions or do sponsor quests if you don't have the ability to do a direct contribution. It's fine too. We got those out there. Codes though, they got all claimed, Sharky. Record time. I've never seen 50 codes get claimed that fast.
Yeah, that was incredibly quick, and really, we thank you guys, and of course, just being able, because there's a chance history is already being witnessed. First time that 3 players are reaching 39 at simultaneous times, because I think this is the first time that a triple threat has been like this. Had players of such high caliber. You could correct me, after all, it is your show, but
no, this is definitely high caliber for our Friday night fights, which we'll plug here a little bit as they're getting their 18 levels going. We'll plug a little bit of the Friday night fights. If you want to participate. We are open to all skill levels. It's a wrestling-based theme type of show that we do in the Classic Tetris world, where we have fictional titles as championships are concerned, and some of the best players in the world do participate in certain events like we're doing here today, as well as rising stars. So next episode coming up is happening Monday with my friend the Burb Wizard, who's on standby here, Shark, in case King was going to have some technical difficulties. Burb is on standby. Hello, Burb. Good to see you. We'll see you on Monday night here on this channel. If you want to participate, just head on over to the Discord. We'll throw that in the chat here on Twitch. But if you are anywhere else on the other platforms, you could just go straight to tinyurl.com/TetrisFriendlies. That's tinyurl.com/TetrisFriendlies. And you can hit the Discord server and find out what we're all about and participate. You don't have to be the best in the world. We allow Marks to play, so that lets you know.
I mean, doesn't Marks technically have the most wins out of any player?
Yeah, he does. But it also balances out with the most losses, too, so.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, go ahead, give an update, Shark, while I take a look at the Matcherino, because we got a big contribution come in.
Right now, 326 for Fractal, 399 for Andy, and 400 for Blue Scooty. So Andy and Blue Scooty right neck and neck with each other. Fractal down by around 3 to 4 Tetrises, give or take one. But really, it's been very stable game. As a matter of fact, I think this is the highest pace that we've seen from all players out of all 3 games that have been played. It was definitely the first 2 games were a little bit tricky on the seeds. Players had to respect 18, which is a funny thing to say as these players are all rollers.
Indeed, yeah. That to throw caution at the wind at any level these days, you never know. As we saw earlier on in game number 1, early top out for Fractal, but he came strong in game number 2, showed you that was just a fluke. So a quick shout out to Ninja of Ninjas, $10 direct contribution. Go Game Crashers! That's exactly how he sounds like. Big contribution coming in. Talvot, $100 direct contribution. Thank you so much for that. I know people were saying thank you in the Twitch chat. If you gave any subs or anything like that, I apologize. For some reason I can't find it. But again, appreciate the $100 direct contribution. You're the best. And Angelfish, $50 direct contribution as well. Thank you again. That brings us up to $715.72 for this one. Now we're talking about some good money here, Sharky. 40% will go to the winner, 35% to second place, and 25% for third. So everybody's going to get a piece of that pie. But obviously, you want to be number 1, right, Shark?
Yeah, you want to get the biggest piece of pie. And right now, the player with the biggest score is going to be Blue Scooty here, 565, Andy at 544, Fractal at 517. So yeah, our transitions this time to level 19 are going to be quite considerably higher, as we will be heading there on the next Tetris for Scooty, next Tetris for Andy, actually next Tetris for everyone will take us into that transition. Long bar dependency for Fractal though. We get that filled in first. Yeah, transitions all around. 616 was what Scooty transitioned with, 615 for Andy, and 567 for Fractal. Both Andy and Fractal were able to knock down Tetrises. Scooty now having to deal with that hole right there in column 3, row 2. So going to be prevented from scoring Tetrises, but these players, once again, say marathon, not a sprint. But there could also, like I mentioned, with Fractal really going ham on the Tetrises last game, it could also be the psychological factor. You just hear is like, what the heck? Fractal is all of a sudden 300,000 points higher than me. Maybe I need to start going a tad bit aggressive. And, ooh, nice Tetris over there for Fractal.
Yeah, I mean, you played Fractal at the World Championships this past year, so you know the level of aggression that may be required to keep up with him on these speeds.
Looks like Scooty's gonna go slightly aggressive. Gonna knock down a slightly dirty Tetris. Nothing crazy. Bring the stack under control. Andy, 804 here at level 22. 736 for Fractal and 744 for Scooty.
Very strong game here for Andy as he is looking to try to capitalize on this lead and keep extending it. And that's the thing, Shark. We're playing with the same piece sequence. So that means that they are all going to get the bar at the same part of the sequence. It's just a matter of who becomes more efficient with their stack to capitalize on when it comes, because you know there are certain times where a stack can get out of sorts, and then that bar comes for you. You use it to burn, your opponent can use it to score, and that was where the differences will be coming from.
Yeah, and you'll definitely see that a lot when you start talking about capped competitive, where in order for players to come back, they need their opponent to not capitalize on bars. And with players of this caliber, stacking wise, you know, sometimes that's really hard to come by. Andy is going to run into a slowdown here though, so a door has opened up for Fractal. Scooty has fallen behind, really been struggling to maintain a consistent scoring position, but could try and go for something here in column 4. So far, Scooty not finding that piece that he was looking for. It's set up for the Tetris now.
Yeah, it was kind of waiting for that tuck to happen, and it just wasn't coming. Finally, it did, and there's the Tetris for him. Goes to 936, 979 for Fractal over on the top left, and Andy's already past the million-point scores at 819. We are cooking to another strong 29 game, although Andy has some work to do now. Shark, he's got to fix this up.
Yeah, and this, you know, survival, I wouldn't say is the concern here on level 19 speeds, but is getting a good board by 29. As Fractal does go to 29 with B22. Well, we must have missed a bunch of Tetrises there, because he just completely eclipsed Andy. As Andy now, 2 more lines, 1 more lines. Andy goes to 29. Oh my gosh, getting that piece all the way over to the left. Still trying to down stack. Needs 1 more line. Needs an eye piece and has to hit the 5 tap, as Fractal is also in trouble. But both players aiming to survive. Andy's going to be fine, but Fractal not as much. It's going to hang the piece to the right. Fractal tops it at B44. So now an opportunity for Andy to try and get, or not for, yeah, for Andy and for Scooty to at least guarantee 1 point.
Yeah, again, this is where as you mentioned, the scaling factor can take place. Andy doing the right thing, just burning it down. There was no bar coming. Oh, and Scooty's going to top out. Oh, it looks like he hung the bar in column 3 right there. Maybe a misstep of a S piece too along the way. I was looking at Andy because he was just bringing that board down. I thought Scooty was clean, and that is not the case. Scooty's going to get no points here.
Fractal is going to walk away with at least 1. It looks like Andy, just a couple more lines, and that'll give him the 2 points. But right there, that's a physical demonstration on how the left side is hard to get pieces over to, even with the power of rolling. And yeah, Andy's going to be good, so that's 2 points to Andy, 1 point to Fractal, and Scooty not getting any in this round.
Yeah, B45 was what was required, so Andy, he's screen checking. He's a screen checker. He's not really listening to the comms. He's hanging in the VC with the bros, and the bros are telling him, bro, you're good. You can top out, because we got dinner cooking. GG's right there. So let's get points going for players. Fractal, unfortunately, gonna get nothing for that B44 score, man. That's sad to see that. You hate it. Andy in the... Fractal will get 1 point. Apologies. I'm looking at the wrong score. Upper left here, Fractal will get 1 point. Let me do that for him right now. I want to take that away. Sorry. Scooty's the one who get nothing because he had the million points only. And Andy will come away with the 2. So Fractal goes to 3 points now. I put 1 by accident, thinking that it was going to automatically increment. Wow, what a funny guy you are, King. 2 points to Andy. He'll go to 4 now. And Scooty will still sit at 2. And that's where we are right now for this one. So Sharky's going to get in, get the seed in. Thank you very much, sir. You're doing a great job over there. And in the meantime...
Seed, if you want to play at home, because there are people that do that. It's kind of fun too. See, you know, where you would stack up against certain portions in the game. Seed is 92, 15, 24. No letters this time in the seed, all numbers.
All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a moment break here, players. You can take a couple of minute break. Let's, because we're kind of in the middle of halftime here. That was game number 3 there. So players, take a 2-minute break. Go hydrate yourselves. Do what you must. That is the important thing. And Sharky, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about a very important event that's coming up in June, man, and that is the World Championships. The Classic Tetris Championship is going to be taking place in Pasadena, California on June the 7th through the 9th. I can't wait for that to happen. And for those of you that are not knowing that was happening, well, we got a little video to kind of hype you up and get you set for that particular event. So players, take your 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with the match of the second half between Fractal, Andy, and Scooty.
40 years of Tetris, 15 years of CTWC. What you are going to see this year can only be described as legendary. The drought! And
Hydra needs the bar to finish it. There's no bar! There's no bar! There's no bar!
he needs the long bar. And ladies and gentlemen, your world champion is eliminated!
Cat's gonna get her over to the left.
Oh my god, one! Huff! Look at Huff! Huff's not gonna complete the chase down! Huff tops out!
Oh my goodness!
Tap to the left! And is finding ways to down stack, keeping it alive!
Being able to see the scene evolve, push the limits of what's possible with this 30-plus-year-old game, it blows my mind.
We have a new
Champion! See you next year, 2024.
There you go. Well done. That was a excellent hype video from our friend Peak Rick, as he's known in the Discord. So thank you so much for that, Peak, to get us hyped up. And hopefully we'll see you there, June 7th through the 9th at the World Championships. And we're looking to help these fine players get there as well. We'd love to see all three of them and many more to join us. You are doing a great job tonight. $725.75 here in the match arena. Got a shout out to Giggle Shark. Is that a relative of yours, Sharky? $10 direct contribution to the match arena. Thank you so much. Folks, whether you're watching here on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Facebook, wherever, let's get to $1,000 tonight. If we could do that, let's get to $1,000 so that way we could share the prize pool. The percentage payout that's going to go will be like this. Winner will get 40% of that prize. Runner-up will get 35%, and the third place player will get 25%. That means if we can get to $1,400 directly to the winner, Sharky, that could be the flight right there for one of them to go out to Pasadena, California and attend the World Championship.
Yeah, definitely. There is, a pretty sizable amount of money on the line, and I know Andy, he's looking at that number increasing, and he's salivating. He's like, all right, I got the lead. I got to win at least one more and then get second in one. And that's the thing with this format is there's not just, you don't have to win every single game in order to win the overall match. You just have to win enough and place high enough. That different combination could lead to some very interesting things.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So we are getting set for the next round here. And before we start, YouTube, thank you so much. Super Chat. Avi Schreier, $19.99. Scooty Funds, they say. That's awesome. And score is currently Andy in the lead. He's got 2 wins so far. Actually, he's got a win and 2 second places, I believe. So he's got 4 points from that. Fractal has a win and a second place finish. He's got 3 points, and Scooty has only 1 win, and that's why he's at 2. So that is where we're at. Seeds are implemented. We got flashing readies here. And Andy, when you are ready to go, give us it. Sharky, my man, you know what to do. Let's count down as we got a $69 Matt Torino contribution. I'll shout him out after it.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Not gonna lie.
Almost perfectly synced.
Oh, you're the best, Sharky. Not gonna lie. $69 Hey Now contribution from this amazing name, Frank the Tank. If you're an old school fan, and I mean the movie, that's like one of the best, not only characters in film, but that's a great handle right there. Frank the Tank, baby. Go Bucks. Which Bucks? Are we talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, or we're talking about the, Tampa Bay Bucks?
Real quick, Scooty did accidentally start on level 8. So he started, go ahead and said it was okay for him to restart. So for those of you like, oh my gosh, Scooty topped out. Nah, it's just, level 8 stars, so not the proper level. So it's completely legal. I authorized it. I'm sure King would agree with the decision. So it'll just be slightly behind.
Of course.
That just means that if we get a crash this game, we'll have to try and catch up in order to be the first to crash.
There you go. Maybe push down, right? Catch up with some push
Yeah.
downs. You're a big proponent of the push down, Shark.
I only push down for rhythm. And to make sure I never top out at 0.
Of course. but let me ask you. You just mentioned you kind of vibe with what you're listening to, with the tunes and whatnot, and just the rhythm of the game. Scooty, you could see kind of taking a page out of that book too. A lot of the bobbing here and just feeling the music and whatnot. What is it about just what kind of playlist are you guys putting together that I want to hear it too, so maybe I can bop and maybe play well.
I don't know what playlist he got, but my playlist really depends on how I'm feeling. And Scooty, not quite feeling the stack. Gonna burn it down. Well, hopefully getting ideal pieces to burn it down. All right, just waiting on that eyepiece. Waiting patiently. Yeah, this drought is a head bop stopper, but there it is. Tetris for Scooty. But I know for me, it really just depends on my opponent that I'm going up against, and I'll select my music for that match because I have a massive library of like 450 songs. And Scooty's gonna have to pull out some burns out of his library to get out of this one. Already down by 1 or 2 points, depending on who you compare him to. And so winning a match or at least placing second here is vital to staying in the running for things, especially with Andy being at 4 points. Want to try and keep him at that 4 points, not allow him to get to 5. Like, Scooty's gonna be fine. There's the Tetris. And looks like gonna take a pause for the bobbing for a little bit. Gonna focus up. There's Fractal. Wow, look at that score. 336 for Fractal, 266 for Andy with a interesting board to say the least. And 185 for Scooty. Of course, Scooty is slightly behind. Oh, actually, because of how high Scooty played, he's kind of caught up quite a bit.
Shocking there from watching the first ever game Crasher. Certainly has the talents to withstand certain obstacles in this game, as proven by that viral video of his. 405 for Fractal, 286 for Andy, and 230, no, now 257 as Scooty hit the Tetris. So you can see Scooty and Andy falling behind in the score there. Fractal just, back on par with what we would expect from the world champion of Classic Tetris. I mean, Sharky, why don't you quickly talk about the difficulty that Fractal brings to you with his consistency when he's on?
That's the thing is, it's just Fractal. A player practices a lot. He's a phenomenal stacker. And when I played him in the World Championships, me being the DAS player, I didn't expect to, take a game, but every single game that we played, I was just outpaced. And that included the game where I almost maxed on game 2 up against him. I was just simply outpaced. And going up against someone that is just so consistent at stacking so well. I mean, he didn't drop a single game up until the finals against Sidnev. And he played both the brothers, Dog and Andy. So it's not like he had an easy path to just drop no games. So definitely there is a kind of air about him. It's like, oh, I'm going up against Fractal. I need to try and stack on my A game. Or I'll run into a situation where I'm down by a couple 100,000 points. Not just, a single 100,000, a couple 100,000. Which is the case when you compare his and Scooty's score at the moment. Tetris is going to help alleviate some of the pain a bit, but that's just one thing you have to worry about Fractal. It's just his stacking is so consistent. Recently I found out he's actually been playing longer than I have. I started playing in 2019. He started playing in 2018.
Oh wow. So the extra year has the step on you there. And meanwhile, we're going to step to the contributions again. Great support from all of you tonight. You've done a fantastic job to help fund this prize pool. Grand Designs, hell yeah! $50 contribution. We love you, brother. Meow Meow, $10 direct contribution. Thank you so much for doing that. Sharky, $854.75. It's worth it because we are in the transitions for 2 of our 3 players and about to get there in moments. What a night.
Nice set of burns over there for Scooty. Going to transition 478, so lower than the other 2. But the most important thing is, especially in a game like this, you're alive, you're in a position to score Tetrises, and you just got to try and maintain that. And Fractal, a little uncomfortable here. Oh, the triple flip over there from Fractal. Oh no! This is survivable, but it's going to be it's going to have to require precise placements. Going to want an L flat over to the left. Nice set of burns. Nice eyepiece. Is going to burn one line. Needs another L flat. He needs it right now. And Fractal's going to top out a 706. The door is wide open. Scooty has a chance to now at least guarantee 1 point, and then it would just be a battle between him and Andy.
This is a huge game number 4 right now. Scooty looking to try to take advantage of this. It's a 566. Still has a ways to go before catching Fractal at 706. Andy also kind of in a minor dig. Good lumbar flat. He knows how the way the game should be played. Open it up to get the triple to bring this down back to safety. He knows now that Fractal is topped out. He can take his time. He just has to surpass and get that 1 point. And really, Sharky, the way that this format works, it's so important for Scooty to survive and outlast Andy in order for him and Fractal to continue the match. Because if Andy gets this one, he'll go to 6, and then he doesn't need to win the next one. He would just have to finish the 2nd place, and he'll be the first to 7 to win the match.
That in of itself, if that were to happen, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Blue Scooty and Fractal, not only to try and gun for that 1st place, but for both of them to kind of make a silent agreement. We can't let Andy win. And, you know, where in Tetris, anything can happen, just like what we saw there for Fractal, a triple flip, and the survival was almost there for Fractal. He just needed one more L flat to go over to the left, but instead, a couple of Z's put his board to sleep. And with that, both players have actually crossed Fractal scores, so Fractal is not going to get any points. 1 point is guaranteed for both. Now Scooty is down to him to take this game from Andy.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge thing that just happened now. That is a turn of events in Fractal's side. He is on the short end of the stick, and basically, yeah, he's got a root for Blue here. He needs Scooty to take this one, get up to 4 points, and leave Andy to the point that he would have to win the next one to be crowned the victor, and at least keep the hope alive in your own hands. But we'll see. Andy at 939, Scooty at 895. Great job by Scooty to play catch up here, Shark, to at least stay within striking distance, and then we know what happens on 29. Anything goes.
Especially in this particular thing, Scooty has been more efficient in the post-transition than Andy, because remember, Scooty is behind. And with this next Tetris, Scooty is going to be just shy of going into the post transition with a max out. And ooh, I say next Tetris, that was with the assumption the long bar comes. There it is. A bit scary. Another Tetris going to kind of bring things down, and a 3rd triple. And things are fine. Andy, however, really going aggressive. Eyepiece is nowhere to be found. And you got to be scared. This is a center well, so not necessarily all clean burns are available, but a Tetris is going to be scored, and we're separated by 1,000 points as both players now trying to get the board back into a stable position.
Yeah, the one thing that I liked here was that Andy was very confident. You could see on his face, he just knew that he would get that down, and just the timing. It's all about that bar timing. He felt that he was going to get it, stuck with it, and it worked out, and he's in a good, comfortable spot. But look at Scooty go. He's right out on the heels. He's actually overtaken Andy.
Ooh, Andy needs to get the... That's tough. There's not too many piece combinations. Andy's going to top out. Scooty does take the game. That's going to bring Scooty up to 4 points, Andy to 5. So there's still a danger associated with Andy's current score. But now Scooty is back in this.
Well, certainly is back in this. Take that victory lap, young man. Well done by you. The Scooty Nation, the Scooty Squad are all here rooting on him in all our platforms. YouTube popping off. They love the Scooty. 1,100 viewers over there. 500 plus here on the Twitch. Monster views going on right now. And that is thanks in part to all three of these individuals. They have done a phenomenal job in raising the stakes here in the world of Classic Tetris. Scooty with the win, adds 2 points, will go to 4. That was a crucial moment there. Needed to do that to keep this match live, and in hopes for him to take it. Andy will finish in second place, get that 1 point. He'll go to 5. And Fractal, the unfortunate top out with 700K, will receive no points. And he certainly now has to crank it up. The world champion's got to put it into the next gear here, Sharky, because Andy is on the cusp of victory. This could be the final game if Andy can pull it out. GG's.
This very moment, it is absolutely crucial that Fractal and Blue Scooty do not let Andy win. They can let him get second, but a win means that it's game over, and Andy's going to take home the biggest slice of that cake.
Absolutely. And while Sharky does the great thing that he's been doing all night, feeding them a brand new seed, and they'll get that going, I want to take a moment here to talk about some events that are coming up here in the world of Classic Tetris, so we can take a look. Got some events that are happening here. That is all available on our website, thectwc.com. You can go check it out. Events that are in the works are great out there. You can also check out this Pace Dependency podcast episode just dropped for our friends at Monthly Tetris. You can hear Alex Kerr talk with Sir Macer about all his great achievements and his awards and accolades in the world of Classic Tetris. My friend Sonny with that wonderful slide. We put like so much effort into it. You can see Euro friendlies here for you. Euro staying up late. We got a show for you at a reasonable time, of course. And this one I had to talk about. It's happening this weekend here. It is the Classic Tetris Wars Season 24 season kickoff that's going to be taking place with Rising Dash Stars in a Battle Royale. We got the $50 contribution from Hell Yeah Grand Design, so we appreciate that. And we're looking at these players. Actually, there have been some players that were subbed out due to some last-minute changes, but you're going to see Anpu, you're going to see Trisky, you're going to see Ian Key, you'll see Poopy Old Hag. These are players that know how to use the dash play style. If you're a fan of that old school way, you can check it out. That's happening here Saturday, January 13th, 2024 at 2300 UTC. That's 6 p.m. Eastern in the States for all of you that are checking that out. So certainly looking forward to events such as that. And more to come here in the Classic Tetris scene, man. I'm very excited.
Speaking of more to come, I believe we do have an event coming this weekend. Our world champ is hosting the Boston Tea Parody event, if I'm not mistaken, at MIT. And that's, you know, that in itself has a whole entire new format. I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know, I think this is going to be the first time that a world champion has directly hosted their own event.
I think that's pretty fair to say. I mean, Eric ICX has been involved in the Blank's Garage, but wasn't the primary host. Definitely had his hands involved there. But yeah, no, certainly Fractal, perhaps the first world champion that is taking on that very arduous journey of being an organizer. And I'm sure we'll have good stuff to talk about that afterwards, without question. So players have the seeds implemented. They are just about ready to go. Scooty getting some last second warm-ups here as we can shout out some more contributors. Toby_Shay, $8 direct contribution. Still believing in the world champ. Go Fractal. Junior, JR Gagne, number 99. $20 direct contribution. Thank you so much. We got $10 direct contribution from Biller Tugba. I'm going to actually go make sure I said that correctly. $10 contribution. Yeah, pretty close. Biller Tugba Kaksim. Thank you very much for your $10 contribution. And last but certainly not least, to help us get to 912.75. I'm not shocked. Boom! Tetris Majev, $20 contribution. He didn't say it, but I'll say it. Boom! Love you guys.
And all players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Ooh, SZ start.
Oh,
I
classic.
I don't like the implications for the seed if that's the case.
No, certainly not. But I mean, at least they all handle it the right way. If you wanted a stacking lesson 101, that's exactly the way that was supposed to be done. You saw the S and then the Z tuck. That's the way that should be handled every single time. Don't try to be fancy. I see some people, doing some wacky stuff with that, as the opener. Don't do it. Do it the way they did it. That's the right way. Don't fool around.
Yeah, because you don't want to get put in a position where you end up just having to do so many tucks just to have a clean board. Because all it takes is for the game to be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give you this piece right now. And you would get stuck into an early burning frenzy, which the only player on the board that hasn't burned right now is Andy so far. Off to a flawless start.
No shock there. Shout out, Corion is here in the chat. Welcome in. The legend. The first international player to win a trophy. Make sure the king knows that for forever and a day. And we got there's a lot of chat going on YouTube, man. Shout out to all you YouTubers out there. 1,200 of you watching this right now, man. Love it. There was someone in there, Graylin84. Why is this called Friday Night Fights when it's a Tuesday? Well, plain and simple. The show is Friday Night Fights, and that's who's hosting it. The king of the restreams, the Kingsman 36. We do this usually on Friday nights. But as Sharky had mentioned, Fractal has a commitment this Friday. He's got to set up. He's got to organize for his Boston Tea parody event. So we agreed, let's do this on a Tuesday and make it a special. And that's why we're here. So thank you so much, all of you hanging out and enjoying. You're the best. And another contribution coming in. Mike Flo 42. Yo, Mike Flo, what's up? $10. I bet you he stole that from Nora. How dare you? Thank you so much to bring the prize pool up to 922. We're almost there, Sharky. We're almost there.
We get around players. Really nice scores here. This is going to be a very crucial game for Fractal. Fractal is going to want to at least get 1 point here. Ideally, it gets 2, but the goal is to stop Andy from winning right now. If both of these players can do that, there is a chance for either of them to come out on top. And speaking about coming out on top, Scooty is in danger. Oh my gosh, the aggressive tuck into the Tetris.
Yeah, he needed that. Oh my god, he needed that so bad. You talk about an aggressive tuck, but that was certainly one that was warranted, because if he misses that tuck, it's game over. And Andy will be smiling. He's like, I'm just a step closer to doing it. He stays alive, though. The superstar, the megastar, the future of this game, the first ever game crasher at 280,000. Fractal 326, and Andy will add this Tetris to go to 352, and another one for Fractal to go to 349. So pretty close on the top there. Well, Scooty starting to make the comeback here on the bottom. Heart Attack City, Sharky, when we watch Classic Tetris like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it, but that was necessary, because going for that tuck, it kept the well open. It might have been seen as a Hail Mary, but had he have gone for an immediate burn and that long bar comes, doesn't get that 4 lines of relief, because 4 lines is going to help out your stack a lot. And speaking of 4 lines, Fractal would like to bring his by that same amount, as now Fractal is having to burn. And once again, it's up to Scooty and Fractal to try and make this as hard for Andy to win as possible.
Wow. 5-tap from Fractal. And look at that board. Oh,
what an adjustment.
It was beautiful. Oh, the world champion showing you all the tricks of the trade to stay alive. He's at 403. And he'll add another Tetris to increase that to 426. Scooty vibing at 356. He's bringing up the bottom of the rear there. And 455 for Andy. Slightly in the lead. He'll extend it a little bit more with this Tetris. So, wow.
All players are stable.
Now for now. This is stable.
Yeah, things never stay stable forever. Gonna be something, either some piece sequence or just straight up human error. Because all these players, they are human, contrary to popular belief. And ooh, right here, Scooty having to go for a couple of digs. I like the delay burn setup. Oh, that was genius.
Yeah.
If only the long bar would have came a little bit sooner, that would have been the perfect setup to get a clean Tetris.
And the same with the T there. He would have burned a beautiful double to clean that up.
Oh,
instead.
Nice.
Nice job. He will cover the well, but that's okay. You take that chance. Just stay alive. The long bar does come, and he made that slight adjustment with the L's. Really nice to see that. And another Tetris for Scooty. Definitely about 100,000 points behind the two of his counterparts. But we've seen him pop off, Sharky. It's not like he could be down this far and not make the comeback. He has certainly done that tonight and got a couple of wins for it.
As a matter of fact, I believe all of Scooty's points have been from wins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So, it's definitely possible to string another one here. And there's the transition for Scooty. 486. Definitely the lowest out of the bunch, as Fractal and Andy are looking to transition low 600s. There's the Tetris for Andy is 627. Tetris for Fractal 637. So Fractal's doing what needs to be done, at least on 18.
Yeah, no, certainly. If
This
you're Scooty right now, you gotta root for Fractal to help you, because as you mentioned, Shark, you gotta team up. That's what three ways are all about at certain junctures. You need to rely on your opponent to help you. Because at least if Fractal can win this one, he'll get the 2 points and Andy will only get the 1. And that puts you in a situation where, you know, Fractal or Andy could come out on top, but Scooty could also make a run. We could see a three-way tie. That has happened before in these formats.
It's complicated, but mathematically speaking, it definitely can happen, especially if, you know, if Blue Scooty were to end up topping out here and Fractal does get that 2 points, then it will be Scooty just need to make sure Andy doesn't score and then Fractal doesn't win. And we see ourselves at a three-way tie at 6 apiece, and then we'll have a definitive game to finish it out. That's, you know, that's what ifs. Right now, we are in the present, and Fractal 812, Andy 782, Scooty 674.
Real quick, contributions flowing in. Martz, we talked about you. $25, Monsieur Kingsman. I'll give it to you. And Gen Bros, $50 contribution. Sharky, we're at $997.75. We're so close, as we are now, as you would say, maybe reaching the climax of this story.
And all nines would be very poetic here. These players are going to go past that. If Andy could survive, hold on, this could be a massive door opening all those S's. Andy, nice adjustment. That's going to open up one more. Wait, the right side is open. Covers it back up. Reopens the right side. Would love to get something to burn out. Those pieces are going to help. IP's not coming, but Andy may do instead. And just like that, Andy lives, but Scooty catches up to Andy's score. Tetris for Andy. Keeping hope alive is going to knock down another one for good measure. How many heart attacks are these players going to give us from Scooty and Andy? Just so many close calls. And we're not even in 29 yet.
Most certainly not. Ricky Bot in the chat here. Pixel Andy, my king. That's the reason why he calls him that. What a sensational job by Andy to stay alive. 975 for him. Fractal already over the 1,000,000 points. He's looking for 1.1 now. Scooty at 869. He's the furthest behind. He's going to have to ramp it up in the 29 play or hope that Fractal can save the day.
Ooh, and Fractal's going to need some saving himself. Wants to get this board ideal for 29, and that's the thing. It used to be where players would try and sell their board for that last Tetris, but not anymore. You want a board you can survive, and that triple for Fractal is going to send him to 29, and oh, those pieces are perfect. Just needs a couple more to help bring the stack down, get access to that hold down at the bottom, and Fractal's good. All players are on 29. Fractal with a 100,000 point lead over Andy, 200,000 point lead over Scooty, and oh, that fight. This piece not making all the way over there for Scooty.
Yeah, you can see the interesting strat for Andy. He knows if he can clutch it out and win, he'll win the match. And he'll be getting at least $400 for the winner, because we have reached the $1,000 mark. Thank you so much, everyone, including our friends to get us over
Fractal.
there. Go ahead.
Fractal's gonna top out. Scooty has to win. Scooty has to win. Fractal tops out at B70. Scooty is gonna have to likely out-survive Andy. And that's... Scooty has to win.
Here we
there's
go.
No other there's no other way.
Yeah, no, here
He
we go,
has to win or
Sharky.
Andy takes it.
This might be the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's go. Take us to the game crash. We may have to go there. Andy, taking it nice and steady. keeping that board low. Scooty doing the same, but Scooty's got a lot to chase. He's going to have to turn the engines on. Maybe he's waiting
Ooh, a 5 tap.
strategically.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Okay. Hits the 5 tap.
Yeah, no, perfect. I think he's waiting strategically for Andy to make a mistake. But Andy, look at him. So clutch right now. He is in total control.
And that's the thing. There's equal pressure on both players. Pressure on Andy. He wants to finish this right now. He has the ability. And there's pressure on Scooty. He wants a chance to win. And right now, both players are clean. Scooty. All right, triple. Level 38 for Scooty. Level 37 for Andy. Still with a 100,000 point lead. And all Fractal can do is hope that Scooty does something. Because Andy has already passed Fractal's score. So guaranteed 1 point.
The YouTube chat, anxious as hell, says 1030J. I'm getting so anxious for Scooty. Well, we'll see if he can do it. It's a game of chicken right now, Sharky. Which one will call out the other? Who's going to make the first move?
Seems they know what each other is capable of. They've all had the endurance and a little bit of fishiness over here from both players, actually. Scooty wants the long bar. Scooty needs the long bar. And, 5 tap. Oh my gosh. This might just be saved. But this is going to be a complicated down stack. Oh, another 5 tap hit successfully. That left side is a huge concern. A T-piece would be ideal. And the hang, oh no! Scooty's going to top out at B54. That's 2 points awarded to Andy. And Andy is going to take this triple threat.
And there you go. The chats are popping off. Pixel Andy, my king, as Ricky Bot would say, has sealed it. This one's over. Take your victory lap, Andy. You certainly deserve it. He will take the game in the match. Andy with 2 points will go to 7. He is the first to reach it, as per the rules. Scooty.
We do tiebreakers, because Scooty didn't pass Fractal score, so both of them are at 4.
They are both at 4, correct. Because Scooty could not pass at B54, sitting at 4 points. Fractal at B70 will get the 1 point, go to 4. So they are tied. Now, Sharky, we could be nice and just split it with them and fix it, right? They can share the pot. Or we could play one more, baby, to break the tie.
I think we leave it up to the chat. YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching. Do you guys want one more?
If you want one more, type it up all over the place. We want one more. We want one more. I think we're getting the answer right there.
YouTube is going crazy saying one more.
YouTube popping off. Twitch is electric right now. I can't even keep up. It's nuts.
Oh, and both Scooty and Fractal agreed to a no cap one more as well.
As we should.
Let me go ahead and get that seed. I gotta hurry up and pin this before he gets lost.
Andy, our king, come on down and join us for one more. Just give the crowd a highlight. Just go bug wild. You know, you've already won this. You'll finish it first. Get that 40% of the prize pool, over $1,000. Again, thank you so much to all of you. I was going to shout out right before Fractal topped out. Anna D again, $2.25. Let's make it to 1,000. That's probably from Lexi. Thank you so much. Bird Wizard with a $2.25. Let's get it to a grand, shall we? They both tied, I guess, so put us over. And then he put in another $1.69 to get a hey, oh heck, Anna, oh heck, Anna beat me to the punch. Gosh. Got $10 contribution from Helge_09995 and $6.06 direct contribution from Madi. Thank you so much. I guess you won't be eating any Jollibee chicken tonight, so that's sad.
Talking about doing potentially a 29 start.
Well, that's no fun.
Horse King. Your show, yeah.
That's no fun. Let's play. We're playing for money, so let's play one last tie-breaking game. Come on down, Andy. Come on down. Come and join us, sir, so we can have you just indulge the crowd. They want to see your marvelous play anyway, and give them an encore, please. Because it'll come down to Fractal and Scooty. There you go. He's telling you one more.
Yeah, one more.
Andy, it gives you more time to maybe bump that prize pool up because, you know, $400. Maybe you make it to $500. That'd be nice, right?
Once again, want to give a huge shout out to everyone watching everywhere. We really appreciate it. Especially these players. They deserve it. All of them. And I don't know about you, King, but I had a blast commentating it. I'll continue to have a blast as we do have one more.
Indeed. So Fractal asking, what do you want to do? No, let's keep with the same rules. Let's stick with it. The fans have seen it. Let's stick with it. Let's give them an encore. Let's do the tiebreaker. Who's going to finish in second? Same rules apply. 18 start. No cap. Score uncapped. Let's do it, baby. Seed is there. Let's finish it. People were hoping for 29 start. I'm sure you were, but these players can entertain you on the levels 18 through 29 before we get there. They are tremendous. Yeah. Standard. Yes, we'll stick with standard. Let's keep with the same gameplay. Fans all over the world love to see your stacking abilities. They want to see what you can do. And it gives Sharky and I more time to try to add to that prize pool. Again, we're up to $1,045. Keep contributing. You're getting the encore. It's worth it. Give these players absolutely their just desserts. $20 contribution from Kurt_Olson. Thank you so much. And James_Mac, $5. Great job, all. Without question.
5-1, 2F8-1. Should be pinned, but just in case, I'll put it in chat again. Had to hurry up because chat was just, they wanted this encore. They want to see the definitive who's going to be the second place between the first two players that crashed. Blue Scooty and Fractal, the players that the original race centered around. I have a feeling that this rivalry between these two has only just begun.
Indeed. Got over 1,000 viewers over on YouTube, about 500 plus here in Twitch, and all around the world, and all the other socials are checking this one out. We got a worldwide match happening. Another $5 being added in. So players, once you are ready to go, give us the ready. We have readies from Fractal and Andy. We're just waiting on a ready from Scooty, implementing the tournament cartridge capability to play the same sequence. Bergen Grant, thank you for the $5 contribution. Come on, Scooty, I have money on this. Literally. And Jen Bros, again, another $25 direct contribution. Buying Fractal dinner for staying late. Oh, what a sweetheart.
Nice. And what's going to be nice is for us to get started as all three of these players ready. The final match for tonight. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. There we have it. We are tied between Fractal and Blue Scooty. Blue Scooty already busting out the jams. And wow, that Fractal scored that Tetris really fast. Blue Scooty and Andy were both building up, and I just see Fractal's board low. Kind of coincides with what I said earlier. Just a very strong stacking prowess from Fractal. Little uncomfortable over there for Scooty, which should be fine.
Most certainly. And then that Tetris that Fractal scored really fast. It was just as fast as that $30 direct contribution from Josh Camo. Thank you so much. $30 more to the pot. We're at $1,100 and $1,105, excuse me. And just to answer some questions here in the YouTube, JJD, thank you so much for watching tonight. What percent of the dollar prop goes to the winner, then second and third? We got 40% of the prize pool will go to Andy. He is your winner tonight. He's the first to reach 7. So Fractal and Scooty are fighting it out for that second place, as they are both tied with points. So whoever wins or finishes higher in the point standing in that regard to finish second will get 35%, and third place will get 25%. So at the very least, we're talking around, $275, maybe close to $300 for third place. That's a pretty good price, if you say so, Sharky. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, 10 extra percent is on the line. And definitely, being able to make time to perform at this level, because two of these players we are going to see at Waco in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks actually. This week you're going to see Fractal running his event, but Andy and Blue Scooty are going to be in Waco. Andy going to be looking to defend his belt buckle, so to speak, in Waco, and Blue Scooty looking to make some noise. Won the first regional of the 2024 season back in KC, and there's no better place to try and win another one, and arguably one of the more stacked regionals we have lined up for this year.
Yeah, Waco's been a very strong location for players to appear and showcase their talents, and obviously that's near and dear to the video game bros, Andy and Dog, and we've seen Doge go out there before. You've been out there, Sharky, so you had one of the great calls about a couple of years ago, and Dog and Doge went at it in the final, and I think that was a live record score that happened at the time.
Live world records. That was my first time commentating in person, so definitely a very memorable match. And right now, Fractal, this is some pace. 390 at 71 lines. That is terrifying.
He is certainly a force to be reckoned with, without question. It's pretty simple.
This kind of makes me think back to 2022 when it was Fractal against Andy. It's like a Fractal against Andy, where Fractal went 100 lines perfect. Like, that was truly the feats of all time. Just everyone cheering for every single Tetris that he scored. It's a core memory of mine from that year.
And getting asked here in the chat by my friend Zempro. Is this White Bat Audio? Yeah, we should give a shout out to White Bat Audio. This is for the background music that you're listening to for this evening. They are absolutely amazing. They do a wonderful job of giving us those awesome tunes and just set the tone for matches like these here on the Friday Night Fights and Monday Night Mayhem with the Bird Wizard. You'll see him again next Monday. I'll be next week. He'll be back there, and I'll be back next Friday most likely. Trying to get one this Friday, but might be a complication now, but we'll see. Stay tuned to the Discord. If you're in the CTWC Discord, get notifications there about those events, or go to my Discord, which is tinyurl.com/TetrisFriendlies, so you can join and participate in matches much like they're playing. You don't have to be the best in the world to participate in Classic Tetris. That's the great thing, right, Sharky, about this esport, is that we are for everybody. There's something for everybody, whether you're playing at the highest of levels at the World Championships or the monthly Tetris. And if you want to play simple league matches with people that are of lesser skill level, we got it all.
Yeah, and Fractal, Burns might take him out of it, but at a moment he was on pace for a 700k transition. It's cutting it real close. I think if he gets like a triple or a couple of burn lines, yeah, he would need a triple for a 700k. Wait, I think he's actually intentionally going to go for it, because he just passed up on a Tetris there.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite that board.
Yeah, he wanted the 700k. You could see it. But at 696, and Scooty's just like, this guy here.
But that's the one thing about Scooty. Yeah, that's one thing about Scooty tonight, is that he's been hanging in, even though he's been. Oh, what a dirty Tetris! Finally, I get to call that one tonight. And look at it. That's the great thing about Fractal, our champion. Look at his reaction there. Misses the T-spin, but it's okay. He's smiling. He's having fun. This is what he loves.
Fractal just up top, and this is trying to go for that 700k transition. Scooty all he needs to do is just get in a scoring position quickly, and that massive lead at transition can go away. But Fractal, he's bringing the stack down. You know, nothing like just a casual 19-5 with like $150 on the line.
Yeah,
You know, no big deal.
No big deal. But that's what the world champion's about. He's a showman. He wants to put on a good show, and certainly we're going to see that this weekend at his Boston Tea parody event. I'm sure he will give us everything we expect and more. And he technically has a different rule set that they're going to play with. So we're actually going to experiment with that tonight. But you know, last minute change felt that I think this format worked better. I definitely not disappointed that we stuck with a regular match here.
Yeah. Right now, Fractal, only one Tetris in the lead above Scooty, is cooking up something a little dirty. Eyepiece is not going to come for it. Just like that, Andy, because Andy is still playing too, giving us an encore. But Andy and Scooty have caught back up to Fractal's massive lead. I don't think Fractal has gotten a Tetris this entire time.
It's been several levels, yeah. I think the last one he had was that dirty Tetris that we called back on 22. So here we are on 25. He's just been trying to get out of this. I love the smile on him, though. He is having so much fun with this. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm going to do what I want. I'll show you. I'll get out of this dirty triple high up.
Nice placement over there for Fractal. Oh, those pieces are great. We are closing in on 29, though, so he is going to want to get the board under control. All right. Well, there it is. He got the board under control.
Just like that.
That has to be expected of the world champion.
A dirty Tetris there for Fractal to go to 851, but Scooty has outpaced him. He's at 906. Andy, our king, at 951, putting on a clinic yet again. He's like, you guys can talk all about Fractal, talk about the first game crasher and Scooty, but I'm legit, baby.
There it is, Fractal hitting 29. Love to get a J piece. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Trying to get set up cleanly, and does so actually, but there's a drought. Long bar nowhere to be found. Smart burns, though, from Fractal. Oh, wow, this is a drought, and great drought management on Fractal's part. Tetris has scored, down only by under a Tetris from Blue Scooty, and that Tetris is actually going to give Fractal the lead. So Fractal said he came here to play. He's setting up multiple Tetrises in rapid succession. Just going to take the triple there, though. Scooty set up for one, knocks down a Tetris back into the lead. This is a back and forth here.
Yeah, all eyes are on our left side of the screen here. Fractal and Scooty going at it, looking for second place. Andy just doing his thing there. He will top out at A37. Both players have surpassed him anyway. So someone's going to get 2 points and someone's going to get 1. They'll get points. So it's really a major battle now because both have 1 point. So they're tied at 5. The winner will get 6. Oh my god.
And Fractal just went on a Tetris spree here. Has got built up a 2.5 Tetris lead. Level 35 for both. There's another Tetris, and that one was in column 8, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, yeah. And he's
almost 100,000 point lead just built up out of nowhere.
Oh,
There's another one.
You know what's
Scooty
happening,
trying to get set
Fractal.
up.
You know what's happening for Fractal. Chin up.
Oh.
Let's go.
Okay,
Next box. Eyes wide open. Lock it in. A Tetris for Fractal as Scooty burns to the bottom. E03. That's 1.4 to 1.2 right now. Scooty fighting with everything he got.
This is ridiculous. And Fractal, hold on, playing a little bit with fire. That left side is a massive concern. Does he hit the 5? Yes, he does. Set up for the Tetris. There it is. 1.5. Dear Lord.
He's making a statement now. He may have lost the match, but he's won everyone's heart yet again. Look at him go, Sharky. Another Tetris. 1.569. And another one for the rollover. We're at 1.6.
A 400,000 point lead almost over Scooty. Scooty would love to get. This is tough. Oh, nice. Great 5-tap.
This is the fractal that Andy knows. This is the fractal that Andy lost to at the World Championships.
Oh my gosh, fractal. Ow. There it is. 1.7 over here for fractal. Just 1.3 for Scooty. Look at these 5-taps. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. And Scooty is still alive, so it's not over until it's over. Right. But man, fractal is putting pressure. Oh, fractal decided not to go for the triple. He's going for it.
I went for the triple there now. No really anywhere else to put that piece on the board. But look at the heroics here from Scooty, Sharky. He's not giving up. He's still in it. He's like, okay, I'm down maybe 300,000-400,000 points. I don't care. No line cap. I'll take it to the crash if I have to.
1.8 for fractal at the moment. Set up for another one. Oh, but these are tricky pieces. It's well open. What is this 5-tap consistency? There's a Tetris. 1.9. And Scooty is done. No, fractal, play this one out.
Go ahead, fractal. Take it to the house. Take it all the way. Give us the show. Andy clapping it up. Another Tetris for the reigning champion.
2 million.
Over 2 million points scored here to put the definitive end to this one. Fractal will get the 2 points. Break the tie with Scooty.
It's 2.1 now. Got out a piece of paper to keep track of this.
You need to get the calculator out, whatever you need.
Ooh, wait, no way. 30 Tetris? Hold on. Where's the eyepiece? No eyepiece.
Oh,
there it is. But yeah, that's gonna do it. But 2.2 million at level 51. Phenomenal play all around. And you could just see the jubilation from all players, you know, appreciating just what insanity Fractal just displayed. It's truly ludicrous.
It may be ludicrous, but it's real. You all just witnessed it here firsthand. An amazing job by the 2023 World Champion of Classic Tetris, Fractal. Cements the second place. He'll finish with 6 points. Blue Scooty finishing in third with the 5 points. And our winner for this evening at the 7 points, Pixelandy. What a match. What a night. Man, I'm blessed. Not gonna lie, Sharky.
It was a phenomenal watching experience. I'm glad not only y'all on Twitch, but also y'all over there on YouTube got to see this. It's not every day you just have an uncapped exhibition between 3 people that game crashed and 3 high-level competitors. But you got to see tons of high-level play, and then Fractal really putting on a show there. All those Tetrises and just really fantastic play all around.
No, they really showed you why the World Championships this year is going to be electric and red hot. Without question. These are the best in the world right now. And congratulations to Andy. As we do every Friday night fight, when the match is over, we hit the bell sound. Take it away, Charlie. And we'll head on over to a official winner scene. And congratulate our winner for this evening. It will be Pixel Andy. Man, oh man, that is tremendous. I'll head on over there and give him his absolute adulation and rewards that he richly deserves. Well done, young man. Andy, you're the winner for tonight's triple threat match between the Game Crashers. Really well done, sir. You are absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to you. Let's get you zoomed on in, baby. Everyone wants to see that handsome face of yours. Congratulations to you, Pixelandy. This was a Friday Night Fight special hosted by yours truly, the King. Thank you so much to Vince and company for allowing me to have this event here around the world to be seen on YouTube and Twitch and Kick and Facebook and everywhere else that all the major platforms you can watch that. That was our Game Crashers Collide event. Fractal, Scooty, and Andy. And I've been wonderfully blessed to have a great commentator to join me this evening, Sharky. Excellent job by you as always, man. You bring the hype, and you bring the analysis, and you bring the fans too, because everybody loves them, Sharky.
Thank you, King, for allowing me to be on the show. Always a pleasure, and I mean, each time I commentate with you, it's just amazing to think how, 5 years ago, it's almost going to be 5 years ago, we started back in King of the Hill Gauntlet doing co-commentary there, and now we're here. It's truly been a journey, and the journey's not over, because we got plenty of stuff coming up. Once again, the Boston Tea Parody event this weekend. You're gonna want to tune in here on Classic Tetris, and then right after that, or not right after, but a week after, Waco, you're gonna see Blue Scooty out there. You're gonna see Dog, Miles, TikTok sensation. You're gonna see Andy, of course, now winning this event and also winning CTL. Is going to be stacked. So you guys want to see more action, definitely want to make sure you follow if you're watching us on Twitch, subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, hit those notifications. We really appreciate it a lot.
We certainly do. So thank you so much for all of you to watch this evening. Again, it's been a fantastic night. I appreciate every single one of you hanging in there. And, we got Facebook comments coming in. Thank you so much. Amazing performances by players and broadcasters from Damian Duncan over on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that everyone got to see this outstanding event. And again, major thank you to the players, because clearly, we can't do it without you. You guys put on a hell of a show. You did not disappoint, and we were all very satisfied. And final shout-outs here on the Matcherino. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that. Actually, let me go back to our main scene here with the players, as they are all offline now. But $1,555 with 3 cents added to the prize pool. Let's get those last shout-outs in to all of you. Let's see, where did we leave off? Worries for another day. Thank you so much for your contribution, which was $25. We got 3 cents from Lulu Grande. Thank you very much for that. And we got Frou Banana. Oh man, I love that name. Frou Banana. Thank you so much for your contribution. I believe that was $20. $25, excuse me. And Sharky, I'd be remiss, but we have to shout out one of the best contributors in the entire Classic Tetris scene, maybe around the world. Who knows? This individual has certainly done so much for so many players, and we appreciate you continuing your support here, not only for Classic Tetris World Championships, but for the monthly Tetris and CTL, of course. Scott Gray coming in hot, $400 contribution. Thank you again, Scott Gray. As you already know, you are truly the GOAT, but I think it can never, ever be understated. So thank you again. $1,500 going into the prize pool. That's 40% going to Andy. So $1,555 divided by 40%, right? Is, let's see here. He's got to get like the old school calculator out.
620.
Thank you very much. $620. Yeah, I almost got there. My old fingers, Sharky. You beat my fingers. $620. How much did you say? 16 times.
Yeah, 620.
622. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you. $622 will go to Pixel Andy. 35% of that will go to Fractal, and 25% will go to Blue Scooty. So that'll be added to the Scooty College Fund. And again, make sure you follow the right Scooty account. It's Blue Scooty 1771 on the socials, especially the Instagram. I cannot stress that enough. The Instagram really is where you got to help Scooty. There's an imposter out there trying to claim to be Blue Scooty with thousands of people following them. Please do not follow that account. Blue Scooty 1771 is the official account to follow on the Instagram. So please, help out there where you can and follow the right account. Give that young man everything he deserves, because he certainly is the one that helped spark a lot of you to come in and watch this great event. So that'll do it from me, folks. That is a wrap from the King. Sharky, final words for you, man. What a night.
Just make sure y'all tune in these next 2 weekends. It's going to be exciting. Once again, King, thanks for letting me join you here on the show. I think that's about it that I have. I am your underwater host, Sharky. And I'll see you guys next time.
There you go. The one and only. All right. So for you that are still hanging out, watching along, where do we send you on Twitch, right? You friends in the YouTube. Once the stream is over, then you'll find your own way. Watch some more Tetris videos. Go watch Blue Scooty. He's worth it. But where should we send the rest of you? Well, we're talking about Game Crash and so on, and who's going to be the next to get it, right? Who's going to be next to get this? And I think it would be very apropos if we just take you on over and check out the young man that is trying to be number 4 in line. Goes by the name of Gerald Freeman. You know him from many different Classic Tetris events, such as Monthly Tetris and Classic Tetris League and so on. He's online. He's trying. He wants to be next on that list. Can he do it? Will he do it tonight? Check him out. He's live right now, and he's got a cam, so he's not being shy. I'll see you all either this Friday or the following Friday for the official start to the Friday Night Fight season. Ladies and gentlemen, be good people. Have a good night.